Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga Flow. I'm Christy with Texas Women's University, and thank you so much for joining me for class today. We'll be moving through a couple of fun movements today, working into compass pose, and also giving you a couple of different other variations or poses to move into after that. So just move with intention and awareness of your body today. Be aware that everybody is different, so your body might not look or move like my body. So please make any adjustments or variations that you need to in these poses. Make them your own unique pose. This is your practice. So I'm here to give suggestions, and if what I'm saying doesn't work, just take it where you need it. So you're the one who knows your body best. So with all that being said, we're going to start on our backs today. So just finding yourself laying down first. We'll start with the knees bent, feet on the floor. Just take a moment here and allow yourself to start to tune into the body. Maybe you let your hands rest on your belly, your eyes closed down so that you can find your breath here and allow the breath to expand all the way into the belly, deep and full into the belly. And as you exhale, see if you can allow your spine to rest down onto the mat. So the low back, space between the shoulder blades, the back of the head, like the skull rests really heavy down into the mat, shoulders, feet. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe even squeeze the breath out. So think of like a toothpaste tube. You're squeezing from the belly up, all the air out. Next inhale. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe even hug the forehead up towards the knees. And see if you can roll the spine back down. So even though the knees are up, we're not rolling the low back up. We're lowering it down, pressing it down. One more breath here. Exhale. Keep squeezing that right knee in. Left foot lowers to the ground so that knee is still on the mat. Now rock the leg here, even draw some circles with that knee. So you can just leave one hand on the knee and go both directions. Keep the toes pulling back towards the shin, so that ankle's not really fluffy. It's just kind of activated there. And then we'll squeeze that hand nice and tight. So push that belly into the leg as you breathe and keep squeezing the leg in. So a little bit of opposition here as you pull the leg in and then push the belly into the leg. Exhale, keep pushing the back down into the mat. Nice. And then start to let that leg kind of come off to the side so that your arm can reach to the inside of your thigh and your knee, but your hand comes to the outside pinky edge of the foot. The back is still pressing down. Keep trying to squeeze that inner thigh towards the arm as you draw the knee down towards the armpit and the sole of the foot towards the sky. Breathing here. So just your variation of this pose. Thinking about being soft where you can be soft. Relax your face. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And then maybe you keep holding onto the foot or you grab hold of the ankle or shin or even the thigh. Extend that leg to the side. Keep pulling the toes back towards the shin. Reach out through the heel. The leg is firm and active and you're pushing that grounded foot down into the ground. One more breath. Bring it back up towards center. Push your hips down. Extend the leg to the sky. Feel a nice stretch. One more breath. And lower the foot down. We'll switch sides. Hug that left knee in. And start to draw those circles here, both directions. Breathing, noticing how you're feeling. Where do you feel your breath? Are you allowing it to expand all the way into the body still, into the belly? Hug the knee into the chest. Press your back down into the mat. Let the belly expand into the leg as you squeeze that leg into the body. Nice job. Use the breath to help you focus. Good. And then reaching that arm to the inside of the leg, the inside of the thigh and knee, and then grabbing hold of the pinky edge side of the foot. You can use that opposite hand to keep pushing the hip down. Think about drawing that left knee in and down towards the armpit and squeezing it into the body. Sole of the foot wants to move towards the sky. Nice job. Have happy baby. Just go where it feels okay for you. Doesn't have to be a huge, big thing just yet. It's your first little bit. One more breath. And if you want to straighten out the leg, changing your grasp on the leg to the outside of the shin or the knee or the thigh, maybe the ankle. And back through center. Bring it down. Stretch the legs out. Full body stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. And we'll rock ourselves up. So you can take a couple rocks, or you can rock right up to a boat pose. Yeah, so you keep the knees bent, or you can straighten the legs. Couple breaths. Squeeze your inner thighs. Lift through the chest. So try not to slump, not rounding through the back. Nice straight back. Shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. Lift through the center of the chest. One more breath. Nice job. Bend the knees. Feet to the ground. Hands come down. Reverse tabletop. Fingers can face your hips to the side or to the back. See what feels good for you. Feet hip distance apart. Press down. Lift up. Exhale, lower down. Nice job. Good. Turn to face you so you can see. So now we're in a nice little seated pose. We're going to bend that left knee. Bring the foot across the right thigh. And then just kind of walk that pinky edge side of the foot over. So you're trying to stack the left knee on top of the right. And that pinky edge side of the foot is just resting down towards the ground. You can move the flesh away from your sit bones so you can ground down and sit up nice and tall. If you need a blanket, a block, a cushion or something to sit on, if this is not working for your hips, you can sit up at height. So the higher you sit, if you sit up on a block, if your hips are tight, it'll be easier to sit up nice and tall and not feel like you're rounding and caving in. Because if you can't breathe nice and deep and feel like a tall lifted spine, then adjust to find a way to make yourself be able to do that. So you might want to have a towel or a strap handy as well. I meant to mention that earlier in class. Apologies for not saying that. So I'm just going to come back to this. So whatever variation you need here, we're going to take that left arm and lift it up. So this is where if you have a strap or a towel, like a hand towel, or even just a bath towel, like a robe, a tie for a robe, something like that would work here as well. You don't have to have anything though. But try to lift that elbow up to the sky. Reach it up. You can even kind of assist it with that opposite hand. Good. And then I'll turn around so you can see what my arms look like. The right hand's going to come towards the low back. You can grab a hold of your shirt. You can stay just like this, kind of pressing the hand into the low back. You can walk the fingers up towards the hand. Maybe you grab a hold of your shirt here. If the fingers meet, then let the fingers grab hold of each other. Elbows reaching in opposite directions. One is going down towards the ground, the other is lifting up. You're trying to have your rib cage shifted back over your hips. So it's kind of stacking shoulders over hips. Lift up nice and tall. Exhale, lateral stretch over to the right. Nice. So we're just getting a nice stretch through the right side body, leaning over. Bring it back up to the other side just for a breath. It's a little funky. Good. Reaching up. Keep reaching up. Elbows in opposite directions. Even if the hands aren't clasped, keep the chest open. Chin tucks in and down. Drop back so you're lengthening through the neck and drawing the crown of the head to the sky. And keep that chin drawing in as you lead with the chest. Starting to hinge forward, keeping the spine straight. Imagining there is a pole along your spine, keeping it nice and straight. You're not bending. One more breath. Hips sit down. Chest is lifting up. And bring it up. Release your arms. You can shake those arms out. Nice job, everybody. Good. And we're going to come to a twist. So we're just going to take that foot to the ground. The knee comes to the sky. The opposite hand comes to the knee. Press that left hand down behind you. So I'll turn so you can see me from the side. Lift the chest up and then rotate your whole rib cage around, but keep the hips facing forward as you move into a twist. Shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. Collarbones are trying to spread apart so you're broadening across the chest. One more breath. And back to center. Turn back to face you. And then just a little simple twist, one breath to the other direction. Good. And another reverse tabletop. So we'll bring both feet to the ground. Hands come down. Maybe you change the position of your fingers this time. Press down. Lift it up. Exhale, lower. Keep the opposite knee bent this time. Extend the other leg. Bring the sole of the foot, bring the knee, stack the knees on top of each other. Right arm lifts and drops down. Give yourself a pat on the back. Sweep the left hand. Find your hand position of choice. Keep lifting the chest up. Think about stacking the rib cage on top of the hips so there's activation in your abdomen. As you pull the belly in, you're lifting your rib cage up. Good. Keep breathing, squeezing everything in nice and tight. So it looks like you could be just kind of sitting here not doing much, but you can be like trying to think about squeezing all those muscles of your body in towards the bone, in and lifting everything up. Nice. Exhale, hinge over to the left. Try to keep the shoulder from caving forward. Lift it up and open. Back through center to the other side for just a breath. It's a little funky. And back up. Hinge it forward. Keep pressing that extended leg down into the ground. Pull the toes back towards the face. Lead with the chest. Try not to hunch over really far. Keep the spine straight. One more breath here. Nice. Bring it up. Release the arms. Uncross the legs. Press the hands down. Lift chest up. Good. Now we'll take that left knee. We're going to bend the knee. So just take behind the knee and the sole of the foot is going to come to the inside of your right thigh. So you can adjust yourself on your mat however you need to. Kind of a little bit of a wider stance with the legs. They're not really close. The leg isn't straight out from the hip. It's coming a little wider. Okay? So just like this, we're going to walk the hands forward just for a couple of breaths, keeping the spine another variation of this pose. So rotating the chest to square back towards the center of the legs. Your right hand is coming down to the inside of that extended right leg. You're pressing that right arm in, like back and into this leg as you open your left arm up. Keep pressing that left leg back and down. Reach up and over, opening up the chest. Breathe here. Inhale, bring it back. Good. We'll switch sides. Right knee bends, left leg extends. First, we just walk those fingertips forward for a couple breaths. Keep pulling those toes back, pressing the leg down into the ground. Nice job. Inhale. Start to square towards that extended leg. It doesn't have to be all the way square, but just walking the chest over towards that extended leg. Maybe you inhale as you lift and exhale, lower. Good job. Squaring back to the center. Left hand down. So it can just be the hand, it can be the forearm, but you're pushing back into that leg and you push the leg into the arm as you open yourself up to the side. Or towards the front, really, rather. Reach the right arm up, keep pressing the right knee back and down, that bent knee. Feel the stretch of the side body, both side bodies. Inhale back up. Nice job. We're going to make our way to all fours. So just cross the legs, come through onto hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Always feel free to adjust yourself any way you need to. But fingers spread really wide, like there's wedges in between your fingers. Push your hands down and away. So feel like you're trying to push the floor away from you. You're activating your arms. You're lifting out of your shoulders. Hips are stacked over your knees. And as we inhale, just a couple rounds of cat and cow. Lift the chest and tailbone. Exhale, tuck the chin, tailbone and spine round. Nice. Neutral spine. Lift your left knee up. Pulse that heel to the sky. Pressing the hands down evenly, trying to spread the weight evenly through. The shoulders aren't shifting and tipping. They're staying level as much as they can. Last one. Knee to nose. Round the spine. Step it through. Inhale, arms lift up. Interlace the hands, fingertips to the thigh. Exhale, tuck that tailbone so you're rounding it under, chin to chest. Press down through the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Good. And keep those hips level. Like shift them back over that right heel. Keep the chest lifted. The hands can come to shins. If you have a chair or a piece of furniture near you, you can do that. But you can just keep the hands on the hips and feel like you're reaching your chest forward as you hinge. Lots of activation here. One more breath. Rebend into the knee, right hand to the ground, left hand opens up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hand. Step left foot back. Tabletop. Inhale. Exhale. Neutral spine. Right knee lifts. Pulse. Keep that weight even between the hands. Breathe. Squeeze the belly button to the spine. Core is engaged. Squeeze that glute. Both glutes, but especially the one that's lifting. One more pulse. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it tight. And place that hand down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, interlace the fingers the opposite way this time. So it's probably the thumb that feels funky on top. Inhale, those cat and cows in this kneeling position. You'll probably feel this really intensely through that front away. Last one. Good. Nice straight spine, hands to hips. Shifting the hips back over left heel. Come to the heel of the front foot as you pull those toes back. This leg is active. Hinging forward. Nice straight spine. Pull the belly button in and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other and relax them down the back. One more breath. Nice. Rebend the knee, left hand down, right arm opens up. Press that left hand down as you reach the right arm. One more breath. Exhale, bring it back down. Step the hands back. Tuck the toes, lift to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Feet come forward to the hands. Inhale, reach it up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'll turn to face the front. Nice job. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step it back. Lower knees, belly, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to widen our feet. We're going to walk actually our feet halfway. So I'll turn to the side again. Walk our feet halfway, like towards the middle of the mat. And then widen your feet to the edges of your mat. You're going to take your right hand to your left ankle. So we're in a twisting downward dog. Pushing the left hand, the grounded hand down. Hips are lifting up and back. You can bend that elbow of the hand that's grasping and twist yourself around to peek under that arm. Keep pulling your hips up and back. One more breath. Nice. Switching sides. Left hand to right ankle. Press your right hand down to the ground. Hips lifting up and back. You can bend the elbow and twist yourself open. Good. Walk the hands back. Same thing in this forward fold variation. So the legs are wide. We're folded forward a little closer. Trunk is closer. Right hand, left ankle. Up and open to a twist. Hips are still reaching up and back. Rotate the center of the chest to the left. Back down through center, over to the right. Reach it up. And back down. Heel toe the feet back. To center, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands together. Nice. And you can turn your mat here, but we're going to step the feet wide. Just into a wide stance. We're going to find the rest of our little variation of our standing poses facing this direction. So if you can stay on your carpet or you can turn your mat, whatever you want to do. We're going to turn our right toes to the front edge of the mat. Left toes stay facing the long edge. Bend into that right knee. So the right knee is right over the ankle. So we want a nice wide stance here. So if you spread your arms, your ankles are at least under your wrist or wider. Nice. Squeeze your glutes. Firm your legs. Press your feet into the ground. Reach with the right arm. Reach, reach, reach. Right fingertips down towards the ground. Left arm reaches up. You can stay here. Maybe you take that left arm for a half bind so that arm kind of tucks behind you. I'll show you from the back. So this left arm tucks in to that little crease of the thigh and hip. Okay? Maybe that's happening. If it is, good. If not, that's okay. You can always use a block here as well if you need a block. If you want, since we kind of did some shoulder opener pose earlier with that arm variation, maybe you take a bind. You can wrap that right arm under. Keep squeezing everything. Squeeze the arm and the leg into each other, not caving in. Lift the chest, rotate it open. One more breath. Nice. Release, lift it up. Straighten through the front leg. Reverse. Inhale back up. Turn the toes to the front of the mat. Move my blocks out of the way so you can see. Both toes to the front. We shift to the other side. Bend into your front knee, the left knee now. Left toes face the front of, or the short edge of the mat. Right toes facing long edge. Reach here, squeeze your thighs. Press the legs down. So the inner thighs feel like they're trying to press towards each other, but the feet are pressing down so far, they can't actually move so hard. Down. The feet are pressing down firmly into the ground, rooting in. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale. Down towards the ground. Use your breath. Find your half bind or full bind. Open the chest up. One more breath. Good. You can keep your bind for your triangle or you can release. And reverse. Good job. Inhale, bring it back up. Hands to hips, turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Step the feet back together. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feet come wide, toes turn out, heels turn in. As we exhale, we fold. Inhale, lift halfway, and then on your next exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, squat. Inhale up. Exhale down. And sink your hips down. Finding compass pose. So we bend the knees, and then we drop one of our knees to the side. So my left knee is dropping out to the side first. This is going to be an anchor here. So like we did before, that leg was pushing down into the side. This, we're going to hold on with this left hand up to the right foot. Open that up. So we've done some hip opening. What we're going to try to do here, this leg is going to go over that right shoulder. As much as you can get it over that shoulder. Kind of nestle it under there. And that hand comes to the side. This sit bone doesn't want to lift up like this. It wants to stay grounded down. Okay? Keep pushing the leg into the arm into the leg. So think that half happy baby pose that we did at the beginning of class. Good. And this is a prep. You can stay just like this or any kind of wherever you're close to like this. Yeah. If you feel good, you can start to kind of switch the grip of that left hand. Start to look out your window just like you did in that little twist as you straighten the leg and open to your compass pose. So really squeeze the abs. If you release the hand, the leg would stay lifted because your abs are working and you're grounding down through that sit bone. Good. Slowly release. Untuck that arm. Take a breath, bend the knees. We'll do a reverse tabletop real quick. Lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. Nice. Drop that opposite leg. Open up that hip. And start to take it where you want to go. Bringing that knee, or the knee kind of behind the shoulder. Ground out through the sit bones. If you hike your hip up to get the leg behind the shoulder, glue it back down towards the ground. This arm is kind of your little kickstand. You're pushing the arm back into the leg and the leg into the arm. And switch your grip as you start to open in to your compass pose. Good job. Use your breath. Squeeze the core, lift the chest. And slowly come out. Good job. Nice job. One more reverse tabletop. And we'll do a little seated child's pose. Wrap the forearms around the shins. Drop the forehead. Come back to the rhythm of your breath in your body. Feel the energy that you moved around. Maybe there were some places that felt a little stuck or stagnant, and now you feel a little more open and the breath is flowing. The heart might be beating. And enjoy the feeling of the breath. Allow it to calm you, relax you. And remember that at any time you can find this calm, relaxed place. Just follow that breath. Find your way there. Thank you so much for joining me for Yoga Flow. I'm Christy. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. They are doing a salsa event on Thursday this week, April 23rd from 7 to 8. Live salsa dance lessons, so check that out. They're also doing TikTok with Ning, the hip hop TikTok.